Okay, everybody, it's Andy. I'm back doing some more Pandemic Poverty. This time we're getting into the meat because we are making shit on a shingle, and you can't make that without meat. This is basically from the butt of the cow. It's a top sirloin roast or tip sirloin roast. It's a cheap cut of meat. Butcher's already done a nice job twining this up. But what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna add it to this flour. And once we add it to the flour, we're gonna just coat it all up in there. I'm gonna wash all this stuff because I didn't mean to touch the cutting board with it, but things happen. We're live, very live, Corona and all. Hope all you guys are enjoying yourselves. I am definitely enjoying doing this because, I don't know, I get to play with my food. But I'm going to coat this pretty heavily in flour. This flour's got paprika, salt, red chili flakes. Kind of a little heavy on the red chili flakes, but sometimes those things come out of the container a little much. But either way, and what we're going to do is this is a good cut of meat that likes to be cooked braised, meaning in liquid. And all those veggies that we just did are sitting over in the big pot right there, and they're slowly starting to boil. And so once they're boiling, we're going to add all those other spices we had. But I have a pan on the stove right there that is screaming hot, and I am going to put this in there and just kind of get some color going on it. And it's something called the Maillard reaction, and it just brings out the flavor. God, why do I keep talking like Guy Fieri? But also another reason why I like to do this flour, it kind of thickens what you're going to put it in. We're going to use thickening agents to thicken it up even more. But with all those veggies in there, that becomes a thickening agent as well. But this thing is like heavily coated. Give it a little shaky tappy tappy. And I'm going to drop it in this pan, and I bet we're going to hear some sizzling. But the meat's in. Oh, it's in. It's sizzling. It's going to get smoky as all get out in here. You notice I have a towel over here. You always got to have a towel over a cast iron pan. I'm going to turn this sucker up. Yeah, turn it up. We're actually not trying to cook it. We're just trying to put color on it. This to dish. This should not have had to go to dish, but I was an idiot and put my meat on it. Get in trouble for that kind of stuff. But I'm just going to let this kind of brown, and I'm going to brown all the sides of it. I would typically recommend using tongs to do this, but I don't have a lot of feelings left in my hands anymore. So I'm just going to use my hands and a glove. Let's see where we're at. Oh, the pan's not that hot. It was hot. That's why it's smoky in here. We'll turn it up a little bit. We are at, for all the fancy people with fancy stoves out there, we are at about a 5.5. So 5.5 heat-wise, I would say that's like medium-high-ish. There's not a lot of oil on this pan. It's just kind of doing its little sizzle. It's meat. You gotta like it. You can always smash it just a little bit, because all this liquid's going to go into the big pot, which is right here. It's slowly starting to boil. I don't know if you can see any of the steam, but it's getting there. We're going to reduce that down. We're going to let this meat rest when it gets done. I'm going to show you what it looks like when it gets done. It's probably going to take 5-10 minutes to actually do all the pre-cooking. But after we get back from that, we'll be all good. So, Starway.